beloved creator of all that is and ever will be. We each stand tall as a fractal part of your magnificent creation, while at the same time are humbled by its magnificence. The immenseness and totality of it staggers the mind, but by its very brightness, it has the ability to blind the eye to the truths of things we should know or accept. How this is done is by allowing our disconnect with your divinity and that divinity within us. We here refuse to allow any of that darkening to blind us to the truth of who we are and our mission here at this time, right now. So we acknowledge with gratitude all that you have given us, and we wish for your continued grace. Let it be so, and so it is.
Thank you, Charlie. My name's Ron Vroman. I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. I've got some things I'd like to share. I'm sorting out stuff. I need counsel in addition to our assembly. Perception is reality. I cannot get, enable, coerce, motivate the people from private attorney generals across America that I used to be a member of to seek a constitutional Republican form of government on their state. They should take action, and they don't. The Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly has been unable to get Jim Wright's Jural Assemblies, which Oregon's a member of, to take back their states. They all see exactly what we see, and they won't make a move. They want to do another seminar or read another book or have another meeting. You got to take action. Why is it that Anna is able to keep up the pretense among smart people? That one confuses me. And David Strait and Charlie Ward and Simon Parks and Keith Livingsway and John Darash of NLA, the militia in general, People's Rights, Mark Emery, Ammon Bundy, all seem to have an excess of pragmatic misinformation mixed in with the nourishment for the body and soul's peace, safety, and happiness. We, individually, and as the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, have reached out to Oregonians and with success. Cynthia and Charlie, the CC and the Republicans, come to mind. Those ladies do yeoman work. Just across the spectrum of people of all walks, and they come, and they do the work. The de facto attorneys, sheriffs, elected and appointed persons must go. They have no honor and they're unfit for a position of trust. They've proven it. 112 years, and this is the best they got. Cancel it. They must convert from de facto to de jure and with the proper oath. It must be the same on every state and territory. Looks like it is. All the other states have more or less the same issues. So the remedy that works here will work there. The fraud is the same across all hierarchies. If you are being paid by a corporation, then that is where your loyalties are. All the U.S. senators are paid by the United States, Inc. All the House of Representatives are also. They should be paid by their states. However, when the states paid them and they displeased the states quit paying them. They didn't like that. So they legislated a way to shirk their responsibilities. Not right. Needs to be corrected. Jefferson, one of the founding fathers, declared, nullify those laws that usurp the legislature's authority. And he's right. Nullification is the way to go. Each one of us, not as a large group, but each one of us, you know right from wrong. Stop doing wrong. If you don't know, find out, and then stop doing wrong. Then go look up Athens, Tennessee, 1947. It's right around the corner. 3 out of 4 of the first presidents of the United States, Washington and the next 3 out of the 4 attempted to curb the First Amendment's right of a free press. The press was burning them, so they wanted to shut the press down. And they wrote the founding documents. Only Washington resisted that. Makes a point, doesn't it? When a man or a woman with their children comprehend the the first law of the land is the United States of America's Constitution, and the second law of the land on Oregon is Oregon's Constitution. There is no law after that. It's all rules and regulations and ordinances and statutes, and none of that is for free men and women. Of course, you got to be smart enough to handle freedom. Most people aren't. They want to be taken care of, cradle to the grave. They like it in mom's basement playing video games. So now let's suppose you comprehend the law. Then you should seek counsel among the people, not the persons. Not persons before the bar. Do not cross the bar. You enter into their jurisdiction, and they're the ones with the guns at the back of the courtroom. Fill out your paperwork properly and file it into the appropriate places. If you get a traffic ticket before the 3 days rescission right is up, write across it, I refuse to contract, sign it in red, print your name in blue and date it, take a photocopy of it and turn it into the court. You're done. If it turns out that they think you're not done, then you contact us. And we'll provide more paperwork for them to understand their error. If your mindset is faulty, your outcome against the de facto will be faulty also. You can't flinch or cower. You got to be prepared to stand up for your responsibilities and assume your rightful place among men and women against this de facto form of government, incorporated governance. It's not going to be easy. They've had 170 years of this, 112 on Oregon. And people want to know how we're going to enforce it. We're going to enforce it one Oregonian at a time. I did 20 days in Washington County Jail. There is no remedy for a man or a woman with their children in any court on Oregon except our civilian court of record. The judge said to me, "You're a person and I'm going to try you as a person." He also said, "If you say the word jurisdiction one more time, I'm going to hold you in contempt and jail you." And then he said, "If you don't like it, take it up with the appeals court." Now, how in the hell do you get remedy or justice in that kind of a court? You don't. They take kids and people cross the bar to beg with them to get their kids back. Athens, Tennessee, 1947's right around the corner, folks. The de facto government had 170 years to perfect their fraud. They're getting pretty good at it. How does that go? You can fool all the people some of the time and some of the people all the time, and those are damn good odds. Oregon has had 112 years to perfect their fraud. They're good at it. Be careful when interacting with the de facto. That cop is just as liable to be a sociopath or a psychopath working for the police department as he is to be your cousin's husband. A nice guy. They're not. They're cops. Their job is to make money for the corporation they work for. If along the way they should happen to save you, hooray! But that's not their job. The Supreme Court said it. Their Supreme Court. You have to look for Article 1, Section 1 and comprehend that's who you are, and then stand with us. orsja.org as an entity seems to be out front on this pushback. I understand Anna has assemblies in all 50 states, but no Jural assemblies actually doing the work and taking back their state, only Oregon. I wonder why that is. 2 years ago, Texas had a grand jury. I know, I was talking to the folks in that grand jury. I was talking to a guy who since died, a doctor fighting with the Texas Physicians Board. We've got several on Oregon that are in that fight. These people are de facto. They're here to rule you. Now that grand jury in Texas is gone. but I see several people that are affiliated with it, teaching classes, selling seminars, selling information. I wonder sometime if their job isn't to sell information and not get the job done. I think that's what John Darash in the NLA did. When I was in the NLA and when I joined it, Ray and Laura and Chris, Roger, Richard, when I joined it, the objective was to put a grand jury on every county, all 3,000 plus, and take our country back. And then John changed it to we have to teach people how to do that. And so they stopped doing and started teaching. And they've taught lots of people how to do it and haven't done it. And they keep filing into the Southern Court of Federal District Court of Southern New York or something like that. He knows better. That's not the jurisdiction that we're in. And he knows it, but that's where he files his paper. Why, with all the people that I know of, do they not take immediate action? That is a really good question. Why are we on Oregon so far out in front of these folks? I don't know. But they see another teaching opportunity, another seminar, attending to more distractions. Oh my God, they passed another rule in the Senate. Who gives a shit? It's a distraction. Mass, COVID, false flags. They're all distractions. I love the one distraction, though. They did away with the Georgia Guidestones. Hallelujah. You folks that haven't joined us, after 4 years of us doing this, filing paper with the DOJ in their office, getting it stamped, confronting them face to face, FBI, marshals, attorney general, state police, sheriffs, district attorneys, confronting all of them in Salem, pounding on the door. And we're still all here. Nobody's been harassed. Nobody's been bothered. There's nothing to be afraid of. Gather your strength and join us. We need Jural assemblies on 33 states and 17 territories. Now that seems reasonable. 5 people is all it takes to assemble. You do the paperwork that you've assembled. It's simple, it's easy. One piece of paper. Do it 5 times over, and everybody autographs and everybody witnesses. Done. Then it takes about 15 hours of work, filing 7 to 10 documents, depending upon your state and how you wish to do it. And then wait 21 days. During the 21 days, you do your work, you do your study, you get your paperwork ready to continue. And in 21 days, you've brought your state or territory to the same place that Oregon is paperwork wise. You haven't done the fighting, but you got all the paperwork done. When all the paperwork's done, then you can continue to do all the rest of the work. It took us 4 years to figure it out step by step, and we did it. Now you have the opportunity to join, not be afraid, don't be overconfident. We're up against some bad and evil people. They kill us, they put us in jail, incarcerated. They are not nice to us, and we're not nice to them. These people killed Robert Lavoie Finicum. They killed Billy Faust. They put lots of people in jail. And we've got to do something about it. We really do. So I need some counsel. People that have ideas, people that want to do something, people that want to provide me information, people that want to provide the assembly information, people that want information. We got to get this done this year. We can't let it keep going. Don't look for Trump for help. He's a false flag. He broke his oath. He's pragmatic. He will destroy your rights to get his way. He signed bump stock and he signed red flag for whatever reasons. But they broke his oath. So was his pragmatic reason for breaking his oath worthwhile? Because he has no honor. If he'll do that, he'll do anything. Probably has. You don't come up in New York City against the unions, against the mafia, against the entrenched de facto government and make it to the top if you're a sweetheart of a guy. He's not. I had hoped that he might be honorable in his position as president, but he chose not to be. You have to do it yourself. If you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. Who's going to stand up and say, Ron Vroman's a free man? Except me. I got to do it. I have to do it for me. I can stand with you. I can stand in front of you. I can stand behind you. But you got to stand in your own name and declare you are a free member of We the People, the public at large, the general public. Nobody can do it for you, and you can't do it alone. And I yield.
Sounded good, Ron.
I'm glad. Looked like 23 minutes. Is that close enough?
Probably about 22 and a half. Probably about where it's at. So I'll just do some filler.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. And then he jumps out of the car. And he's got both his hands up.
And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, just shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.